So, I'm at my sister's house. Well, I guess it's partially mine. Don't tell her that though. So anyways, I was thinking about Alan Watts this morning and Eckhart Tolle. Krishnamurti and somebody I met last year who has recently come back. And I find myself connecting with this person. You know how people usually attach to others when they start a relationship with others because they think the person completes them, or they think the person will make them whole or fulfilled or whatever they're lacking. They're lacking something in their life. They're lacking happiness, or they're lacking whatever it is. So they attach on to someone. They spend time with another person. They feel better. And they're like, whoa, I feel so much better around this person. Which was kind of the ending of the movie Garden State, which is the reason why I didn't really like the ending of that movie. The kissing scene in the movie Garden State was phenomenal. One of the best ever. But whenever I start to really enjoy somebody's company, like I'm doing this year with Sunray, she's when I'm with her, it's not like she completes me or she makes me whole or anything like that. So I don't necessarily need her to feel complete, because I'm complete right now, looking at a pine needle and an ant. But there's something I said a couple of minutes ago. It's the reason why I brought out this video camera. And it's that you can't hold on to form. Form being a person, right? You can't hold on to form. Form always changes. And when this person moves on, or when this form leaves, or when this form changes, I'll still be sitting here on the floor looking at the same sun coming through a different tree, or the same tree, since I spend a lot of time throughout the year on this porch, because it's one of my porches. Not to sound like a millionaire or anything like that. One of my porches. So, when this form changes, when Sunray goes away, it'll still be me sitting on the floor by myself, looking at the same sun coming through a different tree, or the same tree. So you can't hold on to form, because form changes. All form leaves, or all form won't be here forever. Form will always move on. You can't hold on to form. So Sunray will most likely go away. She'll, travel to Hawaii, or she'll move to Hawaii, or back to New Mexico, or she still wants to travel, and even though I really enjoy her company, I need to constantly remind myself that form does change. And it'll still be me at some point in the future, whenever. Sitting on the floor by myself, looking at the same sun coming through a different tree. And it's incredibly important to think about. And back to Sunray, the reason why I enjoy spending so much time with her, it has nothing to do with the fact that she completes me or makes me whole. Or the reason why I enjoy her company is because when I spend time with her is like I reach levels of joy or connection or just euphoric like happiness that I don't reach with anyone else. Lisa with a Y, the tattoo artist on 512, I get close with her because she's so awesome. My brother-in-law, for sure. I always enjoy his company a lot. Rebecca, sometimes. Because we're very similar and of the same age. But it's not like this like connection like with the eyes. Like when I'm around Sunray, I think like the one thing that is different than Lisa or my brother-in-law or Rebecca is that with Sunray is like when I look into her eyes, I just want to like I don't want to say make out with her or kiss her or something like that, but she's, I don't know, I guess I'm attracted to her, which is really weird because I don't really find myself attracted to people ever really, which is strange. So there is that, like not only do I have a connection with her and we're very similar where I could really enjoy, talking to her and I feel so joyful around her, but like she's pretty, like she's like, I just want to make out with her, right? So there's that. And I think that is another reason why I like think about her quite a bit, or I like think about like, hey, if I go to Kashi, I might run into her. So sad. Which I should not think about, by the way. I should not do anything for an outcome, or I should not throw myself into the future or hope to come across something. And that's very dangerous. Doing something for an outcome because you're not like really present. You're like hoping for something to happen. Whenever you're hoping for something to happen, there's kind of desire and fear that come along with it. Okay, like if I do this, maybe I'll run into her. And then there's the desire, but there's always that fear-based, like, well, what if I go over there and I don't see her, which is disappointment, which is kind of fear-based, but it's disappointment, right? So you're always going to have disappointment or desire involved with that, and I think that with her, like, yesterday when she was like, oh yeah, I really like New Mexico, and I asked her if she was ever thinking about moving back, and she was like, I might. Like there was a ping in me that was just kind of like, shit, like she's probably going to go away. Or when Rebecca was talking to her and Rebecca was just like, oh, would you, and she was like, oh, I might move to Hawaii one day, or like, I haven't been to Hawaii yet. It was like a ping, like, because there's always that thought of like, this person, this form is going to move on. This form is definitely most likely going to change. And it's very rare that you find that kind of connection with a form. Both spiritual, that you connect with, have very similar likes to, and that you really, really have fun with, that you really, really enjoy. Like me and this girl, we're both, I don't want to say we're like idiots, but we're very innocent and childlike, you know. And I think a lot of that comes not just from suffering, but just from being so loving and joyful and happy. And I think we both had a pretty easy road for a very long time throughout life, and we both pretty much had our suffering along the way. But she's good looking. And I don't want to say I'm good looking, and I'm good looking now, but throughout my life I've been very blessed, and I was discussing this with myself about 40 minutes ago, that I've been very blessed to have the suffering and the genes where I've always had a very good personality, very good energy, center of attention, like sought after by women, pretty good looking, not the best looking person in the world, but enough to get people. And when, Sun Rays probably had the same past, because she's also attractive. So, having that, you have an advantage over people that weren't attractive, which leads to, a form of happiness that some people haven't experienced. And me and my sister talked about that once, because me and my sister have been very fortunate enough to be pretty attractive people and to have good personalities, because we moved so much. We've been through a lot of suffering, so we had to develop energy and personality and a better understanding of what life is, so we could be more present-based. And when you're present-based and you exude that happiness and that energy, people are drawn to you. They want your happiness, and that's why they want to make out with you and be your boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. So it's not really looks. It's more like, oh my God, I want that. I want that happiness. I want that happiness to rub off on me. Oh my God, how can I get that? And they want to get closer to you, and they want to make out with your face. Pretty much. So it's not really looks. It's more like, how can I get your happiness? So let me make out with your face. That's not why I'm attracted to Sun Ray, by the way. But, I need to know that her form is probably going to go away. So I really shouldn't get that caught up into it, because loss will eventually arise. So I should just appreciate her time while I have it. Try not to make out with her face, and not have this hopeful desire that, like, if I go over to Kashi, maybe I'll see her, because I do like seeing her, because I reach these awesome levels of happiness when I'm around her, because she's like my favorite person to hang out with. And I'm not saying that to make out with her, but like present moment, she's like my favorite person to hang out with. But anyways, that's about it. Yeah, it's gorgeous out today. It's a very Alan Watts morning. Gotta go. Peace. Have fun, guys.